Hello and welcome to this quick run through on how to create a game with multiple levels and navigate between them in Crayta. So you'll see in front of me I have this game world, and to create a new world I just need to navigate to the world section of the library and then click create new asset. You'll see when you navigate to the world section of the library you should already have a main world in there. This is the default world that's automatically added to every single game in Crayta. You can create new ones, as I said, by creating a new asset, and you can navigate to them and edit them and test them by double clicking those and pressing OK. It's worth bearing in mind that in each world you will need to add or make sure that you add a locator to spawn your players. So navigate to the primitives tab, locator, and add it to your game world. Once you've done that, click on the World tab, scroll to the bottom, and you should be able to find that locator in the default spawn locator input box. Going back to the level select, in order to create a level select screen, I strongly recommend that you first create all of the levels that you want to appear in your game before you create your level select screen, so that you don't have to keep editing your level select screen every time you make a new level. To create a teleporter, I would suggest you firstly create a teleporter template that looks how you want it to. So here's my teleporter template. Let's look at this in a bit more detail. So the idea of a teleporter is that it sends players to other worlds. And I've done that by attaching a script to this teleporter here. And the script is called teleporter script. Editing this script, I can show you how I've done this, and it's quite straightforward. The first thing to do is to make sure that you have some kind of property which you can set individually for the different teleporters to determine where to send the player to. You'll also need a function which can send a player to that location. It needs to take player as an argument and check that the player is of type character. When we know that the player is of type character, we can get hold of the user and we can send them to different worlds using the go to world function. The go to world function is expecting a world asset to be sent along as an argument, which is why the type of this property up here is set to world asset. So this self.properties.destination refers to this destination here. This destination I can set using this drop down over here, because once I create that property and set it to world asset, this will appear. Because I've used world asset, I can use this drop down menu, and it will limit me to selecting one of the worlds that already exists in my library. Once I've created that template, I can position it in my game world, and I can set each of the destinations specifically. So notice on this one I've set the destination to volcano, which is different from this one which is set to main. To set the default world for my game to start in, navigate to the game tab and then select the starting world drop down. And in here it will allow you again to select one of the worlds that you have created in your library. In order to test that your teleporters work, you'll need to publish your game. So hit escape, go to create, find your game, and then go through the process of publishing it. Don't worry, you can still edit your game once you've published it. Just go back to editing it, and then don't forget to republish after any edits that you've made. Once you've done that, you'll find your game in the play screen, and the most likely spot is in the recently updated. Play your game and double check that your teleporters work before shouting about your game on the Discord. If you find that they don't work, head back to create and just make those final tweaks before you do anything. And that's it. That's how to add multiple levels to your game. Hopefully that was helpful. I look forward to seeing your multi-level games in Crayta and playing them myself.